Mary. So we know caffeine can wake us up or even keep us awake, but it has other effects on the body that can really enhance performance during exercise.
Numerous studies have shown that caffeine ingested prior to submaximal and high-intensity exercise can improve performance. It is often cited that caffeine increases fat oxidation through the sympathetic nervous system and sequential sparing of muscle glycogen. Recent investigations concluded that caffeine acts as an adenosine receptor antagonist to induce effects on both the CNS and PNS, in which it can reduce pain, exertion perception, improve motor recruitment, and excitation-contraction coupling. However, many of these studies have participants directly ingest caffeine through capsules or dissolved in water. Very few studies have expressed the positive effects of ingested coffee prior to exercise performance. The purpose of the study is to measure the effects of caffeine when ingested through coffee in comparison to other forms of caffeine.
8 trained cyclists or triathletes who were between the ages of 34 to 48 were recruited from a cycling club. These cyclists needed to be trained 3 or more times per week and 90 minutes each session, over at least a 2-year span. They also needed a low coffee intake. The experiment required 4 trials, each separated by 7 days. Participants received beverages of caffeine, regular coffee, decaffeinated coffee, and placebo. Participants were instructed to record their food intake the day prior to the preliminary trial and replicate it each trial. VO2 max and power were the 2 physical tests used.
The energy expended during the steady state were similar for all 4 tests. There were no significant differences on heart rate and rating of perceived exertion. Carbohydrate oxidation rates during steady state were all significantly reduced. Fat oxidation rates significantly increased during steady state in all treatments. There were displayed plasma glucose concentration elevations at the end of rest compared to the beginning of rest for the caffeine and regular coffee only. Decaf and placebo had a reduced plasma F-phase concentration. Plasma glycerol concentration fell at rest for the placebo only, and all treatments' lactate concentration were significantly increased at the onset of exercise.
The study examined the effects of acute intake of coffee and caffeine on timed trial cycling performance, as well as substrate utilization during steady-state exercise. Coffee was consumed 1 hour prior to exercise with a high caffeine dose of 5 milligrams, which was equally as effective as caffeine at improving endurance exercise performance. The authors concluded that of the 12 studies that investigate caffeine intake, performance was improved by approximately 3%. The study also found an improvement in performance following caffeine intake of 4.9% and 4.5% when compared to decaf coffee and placebo. Overall, coffee improved performance to the same extent as caffeine when compared to decaf coffee and placebo.